and my family were at the one music festival. Somebody who works with Kandi Birds walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. He said he'd been constantly emailing me and constantly DMing me for me to come to Old Lady Gang. I got it, let's try it, and rated 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands.
Wow.
Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here. We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer.
I don't like it. I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses.
I want to ask you, what are your qualifications to have this firm stance on this topic? Completely entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And my opinion is that you should have done a lot more research before you made this firm stance.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about Keith Lee. He is on TikTok. We all know who he is, to be honest. He's been doing this food tour, going around, giving his honest opinions about these different businesses, and the whole thing is he goes there, eat the food, and people are like, oh, okay, if he said the food's good, let me go try it. And then all of a sudden, like damn near overnight, the companies or the businesses of these small, small-owned businesses, they get booming business, and it really changed some of these people's lives and give them a whole new clientele and audience that they might not have had beforehand or didn't have the money for the marketing. So he's literally marketing these companies. But after his little stunt in Atlanta, the girls are bad.
They hanging on by thread.
But y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the best.
So he went to this establishment, and he basically gave her a critique that so the companies didn't let you do pickup orders. The lines were super long. They closed at odd times.
The customer service was interesting. While the people were nice, the rules they had set were very unique to me. We initially tried to do takeout, but when we came in, they said we couldn't sit down, and there was no space at the bar for us to stand. So we had to stand outside to order our food, and then we decided we just gonna dine in. But 2 people in our party stepped out for a second, because again, we fresh off the plane, so everybody was trying to get situated. The waitress, again, she was nice, but she told us she couldn't take any orders, or she couldn't do anything until everybody sat down. No water, no coffee, no drink orders, no nothing. She also said they can only do 1 order, and there's no add-ons. Like, if you want to add on afterwards, it's a wrap. 1 order for the whole table. And
he talked about all these businesses one by one by one by one. Then they try to give him like some specialty, like hey, I saw your TikTok, we'll come get you the food, review your food. And he's like, no, I'm gonna wait in line just like everybody else. That's like his whole thing is like, I'm not bigger or better than nobody else.
And one of the main reasons of why we're here is because I'm relatable. I'm a customer like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I don't take anything from these restaurants. No matter how much business comes from any post I make, I don't take any money.
So he went to Kandi Birds' establishment, right? And he basically said it was the same thing. Like, my whole thing is like with Kandi, like she said, she explained herself. And like, I get where she's coming from with her explanation, but regardless of the fact, like, this is a common trend within Atlanta, where it's like, I feel like they prioritize the experience or the notoriety or celebrity over the food.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hand. Rules. And so far being in Atlanta, I found some places do have unique rules, and this is one of them. I want to be very clear, we're not blaming one person or saying one person was rude. In plain terms, don't call this restaurant trying to get nobody fired. Ain't nobody do nothing. This is just the rules they had. If you don't like their rules not for you. And for me and my family, the rules just wasn't for us. We just not their target audience. For the record, afterwards, I did walk in and they did recognize me and they attended the services, but I respectfully declined. I'm a normal person. I pay for my food like everybody else. I walk in spots like everybody else. We are all normal people. Respectfully, if you're not gonna do it then, don't do it now.
And the food might actually be good, but I'm not about to wait 2 hours in line for nothing. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, especially if you're in a rush, you're in a new city, you want to try the food. How can I try the food when there's always going to be a line for everywhere? It does not create an allure for me. But, he did a review. People, and mind you, there's positive and negatives within everything. Like, he says, like, he's very genuine. He tried to review it, be honest, open. He gives good reviews, give bad reviews. That's just what he does, just be his honest opinion, right? Now, the bad part about this is people will go and put negative reviews. They never been to the establishment, which is fucking weird. My whole thing is, if you haven't been to the place, don't write a review or don't like rate the company. I think what you should do, like he said, was if you're that upset or want to find out or want to write a review, go for yourself and eat the food. And if the food's good, the food's good. But if the food's good and you still hating, you're just a hater. Right? So all this buzz is going on with social media with Keith Lee, and like I said, I feel like he's not doing anything wrong. And we have certain people talking about, oh, he is over here harming the black community.
I don't like the fact of what he's doing. Ocho. I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses and
Ocho.
like, you know how hard it is
and I get it, Ocho.
for us to even get in the food industry and to have our own restaurant. Like, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we can talk about clubs, bars, salons. There's a lot of things within our community. I can only speak about my community that I feel like I feel everybody wants to have a business. Even like my mom's husband, he wants to have a business, which is great. Is the quality of the product worth the money we're paying? See my head? Because it don't, right? Now, this isn't all, because I've been to a lot of black establishments that has been bomb. The vibe is good, the music is good, everything's good. But I've also been to a lot that have not. That's just me. But I'm in DC, and mind you, if Keith Lee went to DC, baby, he will have the girls.
God damn! God damn! God damn!
We over here. We're closing our shop. Yeah, we gotta close this week. They're like, we gotta close this week. Inspection.
But you know, Chad Ocho Cinco, he came on a podcast and he was just talking about, oh, he is this and that to the community. He is that to the community. He is hurting the community more. And you know, Keith Lee, clap back.
First, I want to say God bless you, and I respect your opinion. Your opinion is just as valuable as the next person's opinion. But I do agree with you. It is hard to open a restaurant. It is hard to get the funding. It is hard to have people come in. I agree. And I'm blessed enough to be a marketing platform for those restaurants, completely free. To me, it seems like you have no idea who I am. And again, that's okay with me. The main point was my qualifications. I'll be honest with you. I've been a professional fighter for almost 10 years. I've traveled the world eating food. I've cut weight from anywhere from 170 pounds to 135 pounds. And food is one of the most important things when it comes to cutting weight. So at the end of the day, I'm just a foodie. I agree with you. I've been blessed enough to be in this position. But then in return, I want to ask you, what are your qualifications to have this firm stance on this topic? Because to me, this seems like your first time ever seeing me.
I want to know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
And if it's not, again, I have another question. Why is this your first time speaking on me? We've been blessed enough to raise over $40,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. We've been blessed enough to be used as a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours. We've been blessed enough to be a part of keeping multiple restaurants doors open. And all of this within the span of 10 months.
I want to be very clear. That question isn't to say you or anybody else should know who I am. I simply ask, if this isn't your first time seeing me, what stopped you from talking about the positive things we've been able to do? Specifically to the community that you are worried about us negatively affecting.
And to your point, that's without any formal qualifications. And let's be honest, I think one of the main reasons of why we're here is because I'm relatable. I'm a customer like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I don't take anything from these restaurants. No matter how much business comes from any post I make, I don't take any money. If I was to go to school and get all of the qualifications and start talking in big words that not a lot of people understand, would they still come out and wait in 4-hour lines? I don't believe so. I'm a normal person just like you.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bit.
So again, you are completely entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And my opinion is that you should have done a lot more research before you made this firm stance.
I said what I said.
Especially on a platform like yours. I don't go anywhere and just give my unsolicited opinion. And you said I should only give positive reviews. The reason I don't believe that it worked because it'd be inauthentic. And hypothetically, if I was to be inauthentic and you waited in a 3-hour wait time and you got to the front and the food was trash, who you gonna be mad at? The restaurant owner or me? Those 600 people who waited in line, they're gonna all make videos and say I'm a fraud, say I lied. And that 4-hour line only gonna be there at one time because everybody gonna say the food is trash.
Simply just to spite me, not even a restaurant themselves.
But if it's a restaurant where the people really put their time and their effort into, that 4-hour wait time is gonna be 4 hours the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
God willingly, of course.
Again, I'm gonna be very clear. I think you are completely entitled to your opinion, just like I am. So to make the narrative that all I do is tear down businesses is completely false. This is my last time speaking on anything that has to do with Atlanta. I want to get back to the fun, get back to eating, get back to touring, get back to going to good restaurants. I just want to eat food and mind my business like I always have.
My whole thing is, I can see if Keith Lee was lying. I can see if it was a situation where he was just coming out his ass about stupid shit. But we see time and time and time again him helping these businesses.
99% of my videos have ended very positively.
Charge my car for $26.73. That's what she said she made when sales today.
Instead of crying, you need to rejoice.
Their total sales was $2,200 for the day.
Charge me $24. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Y'all, look at the impact of Keith these cars lined up, y'all. This area is always empty.
Oh, you got these people attention now? Talk that talk, George.
I feel like he's in Las Vegas. That's where he resides. Cause I see a lot of companies that's in Las Vegas, I believe. But like I said, he's doing food tours, and we see time and time again on his social media, on his TikToks, that he's helping people out. So it's not just like he just making up shit. It's not like the food is nasty. Like, he goes there, get a review, that's it. And everybody's like, why him? Why are y'all picking him? What about anybody else? He ain't got no credentials. Like he said, at the end of the day, he put out content. People like the content over time, and people gotta realize consistency is key. You will get the following if you just keep going. So it's just one of those things where I didn't like that when Ocho Cinco was just talking like, oh yeah, you know, we should, as celebrities, get in front of the front line. We should get that, and that is perfectly fine. Like, girl, like, you bring the business in, you have a name about yourself, cool. And they're like, oh, we should be able to get stuff that they don't make on the menu. We should get this and that and the third, which is great. But at the end of the day, I feel like the people have spoken. And what was it, Milk and Honey?
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the real Milk and Honey? And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy, you don't know Keith Lee?
Yeah. No.
What else is going on?
Whatever that, baby, close. Damn. No, but it's just like, go to a club in DC. I'm paying $70 for a Red Bull and vodka. And I can't even sit in VIP. It's like, I support Keith Lee. I think what he's doing so far is just like, he's provided a life for himself, that he can do something that he like to do is eat. Like, who wouldn't love to just sit down and eat? So like, I just want to keep going, you know, there's support over here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like once I saw Kandi Burrs commented, because like, for him to say what he said is cool, but for her to feel compelled to speak.
And that Keith Lee, I'm a fan of his page too. I watch, right? And we know that he can help make or break a restaurant. And right now, it's like,
oh, the girls must have been windmilling for that live. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe. If this is the first time seeing my videos, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the fam. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a jolly, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This sour candy all I really ask you for.